Hello students, so welcome again. So today we are going to discuss about the next topic of this plant biotechnology, that is a single cell protein. So basically single cell protein, we can say protein obtained from the microorganisms like the yeast, bacteria or the algae. It is known as the single cell protein, that is SCP. So it is the name, it has been named so to distinguish it from the protein obtained from the higher multicellular animals and the plants, we can say. So there are several species of, we can say, of bacteria or the yeast or the BGA which are harnessed to produce the proteins. So presently the single cell protein is mostly used as a supplement in animal feed, and result for the human beings also used for it. So the term single cell protein was first came into use in 1960. So use of this, we can say, microbes originated human food was in the practice in the Germany during the Second World War, when there was a food storage problem was formed. So the protein obtained from this beaver's yeast was incorporated with the soups and the sausages were taken. So the term single cell protein broadly refers to the microbial biomass, or we can say protein extracted used as a food or feed additive. So besides high protein contents, about 60 to 70% of the dry cell weight is formed. So this single cell protein also contains the fats, carbohydrates, then we can say nucleic acids, vitamins, minerals, etc. So this single cell protein are also rich in certain essential amino acids like lysines, methionine, which are limiting in plants and animals foods. So thus this we can say single cell protein is of high nutritional value for humans as well as for the animal consumptions. So what are the importance, we can say, according to the importance, if we think, so it is, first of all, it has been used as it contains a protein content, so it has been used in for the by the humans as well as for the feeding purpose for the animals also. So basically for the poor countries like Afro-Asian countries, so which are also called as the developing countries, so situation in that area is very worst. So people's like that they should get the feeding properly. So the worldwide food protein deficiency is about 12 million tons. So it was the data about 1985. So it is likely to about 22 million tons till the, we can say, about 220. So it makes a good this shortage of protein. So they are trying to find cheap and abundant supply of protein. The single cell proteins is the answer to this problem, we can say. So the high biomass production of the microbes helps to solve the problem of the protein. So not only in the poor countries but also the rich, we can say, countries like European countries, they are also facing the protein shortage. So which is unsuitable for growing from the soybean, from the meat they produce a protein, but it is very not sufficient protein for all the people's human beings to get it. So it is necessary for them to develop alternative source for the protein, which will lead to the development of the single cell protein. So as we all know that it is used as a fast growth one. So the protein growing microbes have several advantages over producing conventional agriculture plants like wheat, soybeans and pulses. Okay, so the first of all, we can say protein provides many essential functions to the body. Okay, to the human body, it provides support muscles, contraction movements, it provides support to the body, it also helps to the hormones, helps coordinate bodily functions. Okay, yeah, again for digestion enzymes, it also helps to the facilitates the chemical reactions. It has antibiotic supports. Okay, support to the regulations and expressions of the DNA and the RNA. Again, we can, if we think about the importance of protein of this SCP in diet, so the product whatever we are going to use, the microbes here, so the growth rate of the microbes is faster than the high plants and the animals. So the microbes develop themselves within the hours and produce a large biomass in the relative Then it is a cheaper one. So spirulina, we can say, which is a blue green algae, it yields about 35,000 kilo per hectare per year of the proteins, as compared to the other wheat or soybeans. Again, similarly, 1 kilogram of yeast produces 160 kg of protein in 24 hours, okay, as compared to the others. So it is to prepare this, the raw material which is needed, that is the industrial waste or the agricultural waste, it is again the cheap raw materials is needed. Okay, again it has the presence of specific amino acids also presence, okay, which helps for this human body as well as for the animals. It has a high quality nutritional value, okay. Again, it is constant compositions of amino acids are present. So these are the some importance of the protein. Now, production of single cell protein from the algal bioma, that is spirulina. So spirulina, it is a member of BGA, which is naturally occurring in the water bodies, okay. So this spirulina, which we can grow in the lakes also. So in 1521, so in 1521, Bernal Dies del Castel, he was one of the scientists who noted that the people were making cakes of the ores of this one. So this which was extracted from the lake, which contains algal spirulina. So these mats were removed from the lake and dried, and to give biscuits from which was the color of a green, or we can say blue green colors. So again, in the Belgian botanist, that is Leonard, in 1964, he was in the tour of the Central African countries. So he visited that. He noticed that the biscuits of BGA colored, that is blue green colored, being sold in the village markets. So there are various other uses also, because this, which is contains a very high percentage of protein, up to 70% protein contained in this dry wheat. So it are some of the, we can say, uses of this spirulina, which contains a high number of protein present in this. So this spirulina is the best as a monoculture on alkaline water of the ponds. So it is a filamentous form floating on the surface of the water. It carried by the wind of the shores of the lakes, then sunlight dries it into a mat. So when we think the productions of this SCP, so basically in spirulina, various methods are practiced to cultivate spirulina. So in the trays or in the tubes are being cases are made filled with the water. So the sample of this spirulina to be cultivated is introduced in it. So the water is provided with the carbon dioxide and the ammonium. So the farmer as a carbon source is the main, and the ladder is the nitrogen source. So the ammonia also makes the water alkaline. So this water is constantly stirred by the air pumps. So the optimum temperature is about we should keep it, that is a room temperature 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, and pH should be maintained of we can say 9.5, which are maintained. Under the optimum conditions, yields is appreciable high, up to 20 gram per square meter per day. So the pace of this biomass production can be guessed by comparing the yield of the agriculture protein. So the mass production of spirulina is carried out, we can say, in the picture we can see semi-natural lake system, and the second, that is artificial built cultivated system. So the first, that is a semi-natural lake system, it is sufficient of a spirulina, efficient, we can say, for growing this, are grown in the open ponds where they grow fastest in natural water. Such open ponds from where algae is harvested and used as animal feed or as a fish protein. Now the second, that is artificially built cultivated system. So it is a technique which contains two methods are suggested, that is a clean freshwater shallow pond system, and the next, that is a wastewater system. So the first, that is a clean freshwater shallow pond system. So those shallow ponds are constructed from bricks, work and cement. So clean fresh water then added with the NaNO3 and NH3O3. The pH should be maintained, that is 8.5. So it is self pH adjusting algae that elevates that pH between the 10 to 10.5, because of which there are less chances of contamination. So we can say in India there are two main centers of spirulina cultivations, that is MCRC Chennai and CFTRI Mysore. Okay, so in Chennai center there is biggest food grade spirulina farm in India. So its annual production of capacity is more than, we can say, 100 tons. So the product is marketed in India and abroad, and healthy food as a healthy food, we can say baby food, and in the multivitamin tablets have been prepared. And then second, that is a wastewater system. So it is a method, we can say sewage waste water efficient containing a human or we can say animal sewage excreta are transferred to the big water treatment plant made of cemented structure in open grounds. So it is added with, again we can say, the same content, that is the NaNO3 and NHCO3. So such tank should get sufficient we can say quantity of light throughout the day. So the temperature should be maintained from 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. pH should be 8 to 10.5, as high alkaline conditions that causes extensive growth of the algae. So some facilities, we can say facility continuous agitation of water is developed. So it causes exchange of gases and nutrients, as well as flushes growth of algae. So spirulina is dried by solar dryer and used as animal feed or human food. So these are the methods of the production of the spirulina. Next, what the uses, we can say, what the advantages or the uses of the spirulina. It is a rich source of protein which contains about 60 to 70% of protein, then vitamins, amino acids, minerals, crude fibers are present. It is used as a supplement food in diets. Okay, it is used for the nourishing poor children in developing countries. So it is also used, we can say, as a health food in Europe, Japan, France and USA. So it is a part of our diet of USA Olympic team also. So it contains nutrient contents of spirulina, we can say protein about 60 to 70%, then carbohydrates 90-20%, lipids 0.4%, fat, that is then pigments are there 6%, fibers are 3%, then ash is contains with that 3%. So all these are the contents present in the spirulina. So spirulina, we can say it is a therapeutic drug and natural medicines, okay, which reduces the weight, body weight, cholesterol and premental stress for better health. So it lower the sugar level in blood of diabetes also. Okay, it is also used in the cosmetics also, which contains proteins, high quality protein, vitamins A and B. So it plays an important role in we can say maintaining healthy hair also. So many natural cosmetic use of spirulina powder is in herbal face pack is being used. So again it is being used for, we can say, bio lipsticks, in herbal face creams in Japan also. So thank you very much.